with someone for the first time, there's a lot of things are at stake. So, first we're going to need to get a date. So, here are some tips to get someone to go on to the date with you. Well, these are some tips you should never do to get someone to go on a date with you. Be overly aggressive. Don't follow the person around or show up uninvited to their workplace or at home. It's creepy and can be a major turnoff. Lie about yourself. Don't pretend to be someone you're not in order to impress a person. This will only lead to disappointment and potentially ruin a chance of a relationship. Be disrespectful. Don't make inappropriate, offensive comments or treat a person with disrespect. It's not only rude, but can be hurtful and make the person less likely to want to go on a date with you. Be boring. Don't suggest a boring, unoriginal date idea such as going to a chain restaurant or seeing a movie that everyone has already seen. This shows a lack of effort and creativity and can make the person interested less in going on a date with you. Be too available. Don't drop everything to be available for the person at times. This can come across as desperate and needy. Instead, you should whisper sweet nothings into their ear. Get close and personal with the person and whisper things like, "I love the way you breathe," or "Your earwax smells amazing." Offer them a creepy gift. Show up to their house with a bouquet of dead flowers or a jar of your own toenail clippings. This will for sure win them over. Stalk them on social media. Like every single one of their posts, comment on all their photos, and send them direct messages at all hours of the day and night. They'll love all the attention. Show off your dance moves. Break out your dance moves in the middle of a crowded area and make sure the person you're interested in is watching. They won't be able to resist your charm. And then you can talk about your exes. Make sure to bring up all of your past relationships and how they ended in disaster. This is sure to make the person feel comfortable and excited to go on a date with you. Let's say you wanted to use a pickup line to get a stranger to go on a date with you. Here are some examples you shouldn't say. Are you a parking ticket? Because you're expensive and I don't want to deal with you. Are you a magician? Because you just made my interest in you disappear. Are you a bank loan? Because I'm not interested in being in debt to you. Are you a time traveler? Because I don't have time for that. Are you a UFO? Because I don't believe in aliens. Are you a dictionary? Because I already know all the words. Are you a camera? I don't want to be in your picture. Are you a genie? Because I don't need any wishes granted. Are you a thief? Because I don't want you stealing my heart. Are you a traffic light? Because I don't need you telling me what to do. Instead, use these. Are you a magician? Because every time I look at you, everyone else disappears. Are you a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you. Are you a bank loan? Because you have my interest. Are you a time traveler? Because I can't imagine anyone from the century being as attractive as you. Are you a dictionary? Because you add meaning to my life. Are you a UFO? Because you just abducted my heart. Are you a genie? Because you just granted my wish for the perfect partner. Are you a thief? Because you just stole my heart. Are you a camera? Because every time I look at you, I smile. Are you a traffic jam? Because I can't get you out of my head. So, now you want to compliment the person. Tell them you have such a unique smell. It's almost like a combination of old cheese and wet dog. Or you can try, I love how your hair is so greasy. It's like you're always ready for a spontaneous oil change. Don't forget, there's you have such great personality. It's too bad your face doesn't match it. Everyone loves this next one. I love how you laugh. I like that it's so loud and obnoxious. It's like my car alarm going off in my ear. Or better yet, you have such unique fashion sense. It's almost like you're trying to start a new trend called homeless chick. Another good one would be, I love how your voice is so high-pitched. It's like listening to the chipmunks on helium. Or you could use, you have such a great sense of humor. It's too bad you're not funny. I use this one a lot. I love how your teeth are so crooked. It's like they're trying to escape from your mouth. My personal favorite, you have such a unique way of walking. It's almost like you're trying to imitate a penguin. And if all else fails, use this one. I love how your breath smells like garlic and onions. It's like you're trying to ward off vampires and werewolves at the same time. Now, everything's going well. Just hope some of these things don't happen to you. You accidentally spill your drink all over your lap, and you have to sit in an awkward silence while they try to dry off and it looks like you wet your pants. Forgetting your date's name and having to awkwardly ask them to remind you. Or you could realize halfway through the date that you have spinach in your teeth and trying to discreetly remove it without your date removing, but she notices it. Something that can go wrong would be getting lost on the way to the restaurant and arriving an hour late, only to find out that your date has already ordered and finished their meal and now is talking to another guy. Another bad thing that could happen is your ex could show up at the same restaurant and awkwardly trying to avoid eye contact while your date wonders what's going on. Or you could accidentally order the most expensive item on the menu and then realize you can't afford it. You could get a call from your mom in the middle of the date and have to explain why your mom is calling at 8 p.m. on a Friday night. Or maybe you realize that you and your date have nothing in common and you struggle to find something to talk about for the rest of the night. So then she says something like this to you. She says, I have to go home and feed my pet unicorn. And I'll say, oh, I see, you have a unicorn, that's okay. I'll just wait here till it's done eating. Or if she says, I have to go home and alphabetize my book collection, I'll say, alphabetize your book collection, that's okay. I'll just bring my own book so we can have a club meeting. She could say, I have to go home and practice my interpretive dance routine, and I'll say, interpretive dance routine, that's okay. I'll just bring my own tutu, and we can have a dance-off. If she says, I have to go home and reorganize my spice rack, just say, that's okay. I can bring my own spices so we can have a cooking competition. If she says that she has to go home and watch paint dry, I say, that's awesome. I have my own paint. We can have a paint party. But to avoid this from happening, you should first say something interesting to keep her involved. Tell her that you're glad that you're not as ugly as your profile picture, or I hope you don't mind that I brought my mom along, she's my best friend. You could say, I'm not looking for anything serious, I just need someone to do my laundry. Or tell her that you're allergic to everything on the menu, so you brought your own food. Tell her you're not into dating, but your therapist said that you should get out more. Tell her that you can't hear her over the sound of your own awesomeness. Tell her, I'm not sure why I agreed to this date. I'm pretty sure I'm out of your league. Tell her that you're not really interested in what she has to say, but you're still a great listener. You can tell her that you're not really looking for a relationship, but you're open to a friends with benefits situation. Tell her I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I thought this was a job interview. So instead of saying those things, say things like, I'm interesting because I can recite the entire alphabet backwards while standing on my head. Tell her that you're interesting because you have a collection of over 100 different types of toothpastes. Or that you can juggle flaming pineapples while riding a unicycle. Try telling her that you have a pet rock that you've trained to do tricks. Or, my favorite, tell her that you can speak 10 different languages, but only when you're sleepwalking. So, some things of questions you should never ask the waitress. On a first date, can you hurry up with our food? I don't have all night. Or how about, can you recommend something cheap? I don't want to spend too much money with her. You could say, can you bring me a drink that's strong enough to forget this date? Or, tell me what's in this dish. I have a lot of allergies. Another thing you can ask the waitress is, can you bring me some more bread? I'm starving and the food is taking too long. Another one would be, can you split the check? I don't want to pay for her first meal. Another one would be, can you turn the music down? I can't hear myself think. You could also ask the waitress to bring you a fork that's not dirty. Ask her to hurry up with the bill that you have somewhere else to be. And lastly, ask her what's taking so long that you're getting impatient. Instead, you can ask things like, can you recommend a dish that will make me feel like I'm on vacation? Or do you have a secret menu items that only the cool kids know about? Ask them to tell you a joke while you wait for your food. Ask them the craziest thing that they've ever seen in the restaurant. Or you could ask them if they were stranded on a desert island and could only have one dish from this restaurant, what would it be? So some things that you should never tell your date if you want it to last. Don't tell them that you're a professional couch potato, that you spend most of your time binge watching TV shows and eating junk food. Never say you're a terrible listener. I usually just nod and smile while people talk, but really I'm not paying attention to them. Don't tell them that you're a compulsive liar and make up all the stories all the time, even when there's no reason to. Don't tell her that you're a hoarder, even though your apartment might be filled with junk and can't seem to throw anything away. Don't say you're a terrible driver and that you've been in so many accidents you've lost count. Don't say you're a terrible cook, that you burn water, or that you're a terrible dancer because you have no rhythm and always step on your partner's toes. You know, George Michael says that guilty feet have no rhythm. Don't tell him that you're a terrible singer because you can't carry a tune to save your life. Or don't say you're terrible with money, that you're always going broke and have no idea where my next paycheck goes. Don't tell him that you're terrible at making decisions, that you usually flip a coin or ask someone else to decide for you. So, now these are some things that you should never say to get them to invite you back to their house. I need to sleep over because my house is haunted and I can't go back there. I need to sleep over because I'm allergic to my own bed and I need to sleep somewhere else. I need to come to your house because I have a rare condition that only allows me to sleep in other people's beds. I need to sleep over because I'm a sleepwalker and I don't want to accidentally wander into traffic. I need to sleep over because I'm afraid of the dark and I need someone to hold my hand. I need to sleep over because I'm a werewolf and I don't want to accidentally transform in my own bed. I need to sleep over because I'm a superhero and I need to be ready to save the world at a moment's notice. Or tell them that you need to sleep over because you're a spy and need to keep a low profile. Or better yet, tell them that you need to sleep over because you're a time traveler and need to rest up for your next adventure. But you also should not say things like, I'm not really looking for anything serious right now. Just someone to help me get over my ex. Because nothing says I'm emotionally unavailable like using someone as a rebound. You definitely shouldn't tell them that you're a stalker. Even if you use Google to find them about them on the first date. Who needs privacy when you have the internet? Anyway, that's how I got her address to follow her here. Something else that you could say that you really probably shouldn't went to tell her that you're not really into personal hygiene. But I thought I'd make an exception for tonight, because nothing says I'm interested in taking care of myself like bad hygiene. And I definitely wouldn't say, well, maybe I would, that I'm a vampire. Well, I'm not a vampire, but I do have a things for necks. Who needs boundaries when you have a thirst for blood? I'm not really into physical touch, but tonight I thought I'd make an exception because, nothing says I'm interested in intimacy like avoiding physical touch. I'm not saying I'm a psychic, but I do have a feeling that we're going to get married. Well, at least be together for a very, very long time and have healthy boundaries. Who needs time to get to know someone when you have a sixth sense? I'm really not into conversation, but I thought I'd make an exception for tonight. Because nothing says I'm not interested in getting to know you like avoiding conversation. Let's think of some things that might go horribly wrong on a first date. You accidentally spill your drink over the date's lap, and they spend the rest of the night looking like they wet themselves. Nothing says romance like an embarrassment in stained clothing. You accidentally call your name by the wrong name. You accidentally call your date by the wrong name, and they spend the rest of the night correcting you. Who needs to remember names anyway? They're really not that important. You accidentally order the most expensive item on the menu, and your date, who's paying for it, spends the rest of the night wondering if you're a gold digger. Nothing says I'm not interested in you like ordering the lobster. You accidentally reveal that you still live with your parents, and your date spends the rest of the night wondering if you're a loser. Who needs independence when you have a free rent? Then you accidentally reveal you have a criminal record, and your date spends the rest of the night wondering if you're a danger to society. Nothing says I'm a catch more than a mugshot. You accidentally reveal that you're still in love with your ex, and your date spends the rest of the night wondering if you're just a rebound. Who needs closure when you have a new date? You accidentally reveal you're a conspiracy theorist, and your date wonders the rest of the night if you're a lunatic. But who needs facts when you have wild theories? Date nights are always beautiful. I bet if you listen to what I have to say, then you'll know what not to do. You still probably won't know what to do, but you won't know until you try it if you don't. Really though, I could care less about your dates. I just wanted to talk about some things that have happened at my dates before. Join me next time when I, the good care less whisperer, discuss more things with you that I could care less about. But I like hearing myself talk, so I'm gonna do it anyway. If you want to, you can leave comments in the section below, but I probably won't read them because I could care less. I'm the good care less whisperer.